Well, good evening, people. I hope you had a good Monday. Before we go too much further into this, I do want to pause for a moment and just make a quick statement. Some of the popular streamers live in the Ukraine. There's one in particular named Space Cutlet. Those of you who've been watching my stream for a while understand the whole deal between Cutlet and I. Even though he tries to kill me every chance he can in the PU, I don't wish the guy any harm, and I want him and his family to be safe. I saw something posted earlier where someone stated that he was trying to evacuate his family, and himself to safety. I reached out to him on Twitch and found out that he is moved his family to the west side of the Ukraine, so he's safer than he was. I've reached out further to see if there is some way that we can send him money to help out with food, supplies, clothing, whatever he and his family might need. When I hear back from him, I will let you know. So, Cutlet, we're thinking about you. Please be safe. Take care of your family. What are we going to do? Should we shoot lights at rocks? I think we should shoot lights at rocks. At 4.
Charge faster.
Cyclists, are you hunting people?
I'm sorta.
Sorta.
After my day at work, just killing NPCs sounds like a great idea.
I understand. Believe me, I get it.
I've even gone so far as to intentionally ram somebody.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, Anaconda versus something smaller, so I wasn't too worried about it. and I only lost one thing of shields, so again, not worried about it.
Gotcha. Hardly anything to be concerned about. My daughter sent me these cocoa bombs. Apparently she makes them and sells them. And she sent me...
Have you tried one yet?
Yeah. Yeah, we warmed up some milk and I threw one in there today. It broke as we were opening it up, so I just dumped it all in there. It was cool as hell. So I recorded a video of it and posted it up on YouTube, sent her a link so she can see it when she gets off work. So I'm sipping a warm cocoa milk.
Yeah.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Okay, I don't remember if I repaired or not.
He actually might be in a crate. Probably don't want to ram this guy.
I watched that video. What was it? Rush that posted that today?
Engines on.
I'm not sure.
Somebody posted the whole crate versus Python video.
Yeah, they're not online for very long, bud. You're at 1%. You're almost dead. Get on target. Haha, got him. So how do I know if I've completed?
You can always check by going to your transactions.
So, seek and destroy 8 ships of the Gindi Fortune Holdings. Find targets in conflict zones. Collect reward at the station. But it doesn't tell me if I've killed...
Landing gear up.
Like I started with 8. Maybe I started with 10.
You can always check the transaction, see if it says it's complete.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Oh, it will tell me that it's complete?
Doesn't it? I thought it did.
It doesn't right now.
Oh, okay.
So I got stuff in the air. What do we got in the air? Or space? Ooh, I want that. Collector. Slow down. Stop. Collect.
Quantum travel engaged.
There we go. What do you think, Sneaks? What do you think, Pippi?
Yeah.
It's a rough day at work.
Yeah. Why are...
You didn't get glare bombed again, did you?
No.
Good deal.
Are you live yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then no, I'm not
Quantum
talking.
travel complete.
Why can't I open... What? Why is... Anaconda has a cargo scoop, right?
Yes, multiple, actually, from what I hear.
I can't deploy it.
What?
I don't...
You're not in Super Cruise, are you? Hey, Rush.
Obviously this
Hello.
human has excellent taste in music.
Not Super Cruise. I figured it out.
Was it operator error?
I don't know what
filling
it
up peak
was.
Some more.
First rock of the day is a ghost rock. That's always encouraging.
Well, with mining, you always can get your rocks off.
Absolutely. What do we got here? What are you, Rocky Rock? Be nice, 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 be nice.
It's not letting me deploy cargo scoop and hard points at the same time.
Are you out of power?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that part.
Yeah, you may need to change your priority.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I need to go see Felicity to get my level 1 engineering for overcharge for my power plant.
Yeah, I wound up doing that to my DBX, and it solved a lot of problems. Because I got to the point where I was either doing this or I was doing that. To the point where even when I landed to do the Guardian missions, it ran out of juice and crashed on the planet. I'm like, okay, well that's good.
That may explain what happened. I may have ran out of yeah.
So I wound up having to turn off my FSD after I exited the glide, turn off my FSD so that I could thruster around and deploy the SRV.
So, okay, before I get back into this fire, I need to change that and that. So that I'm not always trying to fire those, but I am always firing. Okay. So it's little things you learn when you start combat that you need to change.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like, I had my beam lasers and all my multi-cannons on the same fire button.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Then I got into it and it's like, no, I don't want that. If I want to use my beams, I want them ready to go.
Kind of like a stick shift. You get used to how to do the grind in the gears.
Mm-hmm. Damn it. Give me some tasty rocks. Ari and Jesus, don't fail me. Come on. Get in there. Hey, Sneakers. How is Sneakers doing tonight? How were sneakers doing?
No, I want target you.
Into the ghost rock. But we are just finding the ghost rocks tonight. We're going to jump ahead a little bit here. Just enough to trigger RNGesus again.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel.
That ought to do it.
There he is.
Ooh, we got Rockies already. Are you nice rocks? You are nice rocks. How about your friend? Is your friend nice too?
Oh, that's why I can't shoot.
Okay.
It helps if you put pips in weapons.
Oh, long day. Ooh, a 6 and a 35. I think we're going to grab both of these. Since they're close enough together. That should be about 41%. 49 tons or 4,000. Yeah. That'll work. 41% of 49,000. Or 4,900.
Okay, if they said fall back, that would be a great time to fall back.
Right? We might have to move.
Oh. Yeah, I know I'm under attack. Modules. Come on, frame shift.
Let's see if we can get it working this way.
Why?
Okay, that says effective. That says sufficient, so we'll see. Hopefully it works. Sneaks. Think we're close enough, baby?
Down. Ooh, that's gonna be expensive. Navigation, displays. Yeah, I missed the part where they said fall back, and was the last ship standing.
Uh-oh. Ooh, so you were the target for everyone's fire.
Yep, they took down my shields, and me, in the process of me trying to run away, got me down to 31% on my Anaconda.
Ooh, fun times.
Yeah, I'm currently in Super Cruise, beamlining it for the station.
No one breathe on me.
Do not pass gas.
Right? Hold your breath.
Yeah, I stayed in the battle an extra 2.5 minutes after they said fall back.
Ooh. You keep headbutting me. You keep headbutting me.
Yeah.
Giving you boots, Dad.
She is. Now she's nuzzling the controller.
My anaconda tore up.
She's doing a paw thing. Oh, baby, I love you. You're cute as hell. Yes, you are. You're very cute. You're very cute. Oh, you want pets? Alright, we'll pet you while this rock's charging. Yeah, we'll pet you while this rock's charging. Yes, we will. Yes, you will. Come on, rock, charge up. If I'd bought my hand mining gear, I could have jumped out and mined this asteroid for surface deposits first.
Working until 9:45.
Man, this thing's taking forever to heat up.
Are you mining that explosive stuff again?
Yep. It's the most valuable thing to mine in Star Citizen.
I almost cost myself 18 million in elite.
Ooh. That's not good.
Would have been my first ship loss.
Really? After how many hours?
Several.
Wow. I think I've had 9.
What the fuck just happened? Why are my shields offline?
You might need to do a reboot repair.
How do I do that?
Number 4,
Yeah, ship.
you go down to ship, there's a reboot repair option. It basically powers down your ship and then tries to I don't like to use the term heal, but tries to use the non-essential modules to repair the essential modules. Kind of like Scotty Magic from Star Trek.
Well, at least now I have thrusters.
There you go. Come on, Rock, heat up. There she goes, finally. Oh, now you want to overcharge? What the hell?
They're most pleased to have my visit. I don't know if
Ooh.
that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Somebody must be ranking up. Because they give you the friendlier greetings once you start getting rank.
Well,
Or
I'm
need a
allied
shower.
with. I'm allied with.
Hey, Rayan.
Raven. Take me away from this loser.
No, I said Rayan, not Raven. Hey, Rayan, I'm doing all right. How about you? Let's give these guys some treaties. Let's give these guys some treaties. Here you go. Treats for you. Where you at, Bootsy?
Yeah, Boots.
There you go, guys. Pretty good, just chilling out? Yeah, me too. Long, stressful day. Figured do some mining in Star Citizen. Chill out a little bit. That rock took forever to break, though, didn't it? Oh my gosh. Come on, stay in the green. Oh, not any overcharge, just a green. That'll work, that'll work. And that was a no-go rock. This should be at least 2 more chunky ones. Quartz.
Is the Star Citizen mining probably going to stay the way it is, other than some retaining, you think?
Yeah, I do. I think there may be some minor changes when the Orion comes into play because the very nature of the way the Orion mines. It's less of a ship maneuvering around the asteroid and then picking what it wants. With the Orion, it's pretty much just grab it, break it, maul it, digest it, and process it. So I think there may be some minor tweaks at that point. But mining is just one of the first gameplay loops that they're working on, you know, try to get fully developed. It seems like cargo is in development. Like the cargo refactor is going to make some major changes in it. I've already spoken. I think you and I have already spoken about the about wanting loading timers, just like there is when you refine. I know the cargo runners right now won't like it because right now we just instantly load and unload when we purchase and sell. But I think it would add some immersion to the game. And also encourage you to either have multiple cargo ships or to go do something else while you're waiting on the loading timer.
Or a ship that's a processor to do it out there in the block, right?
Yeah, the Orion is a ship that's able to do refining as well as mining. So it basically, my understanding is that it will sort, refine, and store the commodities.
Capable of defense or armored at least to have other assets to protect it.
It does have some turrets on it. There was a special that spoke about it, but it didn't go into a lot of detail. So I suspect the closer they get to completion on it, the more we'll hear about it.
Well, I'm just thinking of what I learned in Eve about how to do mining ops tactics to minimize getting caught or minimize losses. I can see the same thing in this game to
Yeah.
There'd be evolving tactics to defend your stuff more effective.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's
More gamer in me to think of those things.
a video. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. There was a video on YouTube that talked about the Orion. It's Lawless Bacon. This is content producers. I'm talking about the one straight from Star Citizen. Right here. This one here, there's a segment in there where they talk about the Orion specifically.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, this is the video. I will share the link in the chat. Don't ban me, Nightbot, you son of a bitch. So that's the video there. You may have to skip and search. I want to say it was like one of the first parts of that video. And that one's old. That video is real old. But they started development on it and then halted. And they talked about how they had to double the size of it to make everything fit and make it like an in-game mining ship.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be capital ship size, so huge. I want to say it's longer than the 890 jump, and the 890 jump's a pretty big ship, to be honest. But it's supposed to have some turrets on the side, I believe. But yeah, any kind of serious threat, you're going to want to have escorts.
Right.
But my thought was take it out into the Halo, park it somewhere in the boonies, and just let it mine. You know? It's not one of those that can mine without somebody controlling it.
Right.
But I mean, it's going to have beds where you can log out on it. And then I've got other ships that are capable of hauling cargo and supplies. And I've got a Starfarer that can go out there and refuel it.
So like fast cargo or heavy cargo with defenses to get it to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I figure the C2 would be more than enough because I want to say the cargo capacity of that ship was 300 and something. Like 380 something for just raw goods. And then they haven't really specified what the refined goods capacity would be.
Because I saw that what looked like an Aurora type stealth bomber type thing attacking a base from way out in the distance. And it's like, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive, but oh.
Yeah. There's plans to do the Pioneer, which is a base builder ship. But the thing about it is to build a base, you would need to stake a claim, a land claim. Mm-hmm. And there was an old video where Chris and I believe it was his brother were speaking about it. And what they had said was that the reason why the Orion was so expensive, at least at that time, was because it included one estate land claim, which is like the big size, with it, so that when you bought the ship, you automatically you'd already paid for one land claim that you could file, go somewhere and stake it and register it and claim the land, and then it would like belong to you as far as the game mechanic was concerned, and you could build your base on it. Someone else would have to like deposit a marker, and well, they'd have to pay a fee, and the fee would include a little marker that you would place on in the territory, kind of like in No Man's Sky when you build a base, it marks out so many meters around it, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And don't quote me on the numbers, but I thought if I remember the video correctly, they said it was like 500 for the estate claim and like 300 for the smaller size claim. But I'd have to rewatch the video to be sure, and all that's subject to change anyway, so. It seemed like initially Roberts was making a lot of videos and was making a lot of statements and videos, and then eventually he just stopped. So.
Is
What?
it one guy doing it, or is it multiple people?
Oh, it's multiple people. I think there's like 700 employees at this point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but initially there was only like 12. It was Chris and his brother working on it, and then a few other people. And then when it got backed with the Kickstarter, they started hiring other people on. So yeah, it's, I want to say 700 people now.
Nice. That's quite a bit bigger than Battlestate Games.
Yeah, but it's only recently been 700 people. I mean, for a long time it was a couple hundred. This seems like they've made a serious push recently to up the development time. I know when I backed in 2019, there was a pretty stable release. 3.7 was really stable. I never saw a 30K to 3.8. But you know, there wasn't as much to do. We didn't have medical, we didn't have thirst or hunger. The bounty hunting is basically just, oh look, you go kill this person. There's a lot of ECN missions and monitor missions and package delivery missions. There's more to do now. Much more to do now. But it seems like I don't know what happened. I can only theorize. But it seems to me that like there was some kind of investor or something that said, hey, whenever you do SQ42, we'll give you more money. Because it seems like he was like, okay, we'll get SQ42 when it's time, and now it seems like now there's a huge push for it. So I'm kind of like, alright, what's going on? Something changed. Now you're suddenly much more motivated to get Squadron 42 out. Or maybe he's just tired of it, like I want this project done. I don't know, but it sure seems like there's a sudden hard push. Yeah, could be. Could be. Squadron 42 would be a good console game, I think.
Mm-hmm. Because you don't have to do all the open sandbox stuff.
Nope. Nope. You're pretty much doing chapters. So I think that would be an easier thing for console, and a good way to lead them in, too. Like, hey, you have the console game, you done this, did you enjoy that? Now you have your rank, and this is where you would continue. If you wanted to go forward, you'd be in the verse. You know? But as I understand it, the whole premise was that Squadron 42 was your military career, and once you were done with that and you finished Squadron 42, you would retire from military service and explore the universe, and that's where Star Citizen kicks in. So, Squadron 42 is the prelude. And we know we've seen assets that have aliens, where you're doing battle, what would appear to be hand-to-hand combat with aliens.
The Vang?
I can't remember what their name are right now. I'm pretty tired, so my brain's not working real good. It's the ones with the weird heads.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Xi'an. It's not the bird people. Damn it. It's not the Tavaran, which are bird people. It's not the turtle people. I can't remember what their damn name is. It's gonna bug me now. But anyway, there's scenes. We've seen chapter scenes and cutscenes, what seems like they're hand-to-hand combat with this alien race. God, it's gonna bug me now. I can't. It's in there, but the name is not escaping.
Gotcha.
I want to say Banshee, but for whatever reason, my brain's going, it's like the Banshee. But it's not Banshee. Oh, I didn't start my Quantanium timer. Oh no, so fired. Come on, hoover that titanium up, or Quantanium up. Is it 32 SCU? That's good. That's a quarter of a mil. That doesn't appear to be Quantanium. Nope, it's Borace. Okay.
How can you tell?
Vandal. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thanks for that. Yeah, the Vandal. Hey, say bye, viewer. Yeah, the Vandal, those are the scary looking ones. They're supposed to be extremely aggressive, extremely powerful in hand-to-hand combat. But from what I've gathered and what we've seen in videos and stuff, it seems like there's going to be some scenes where you're doing dogfighting and hand-to-hand combat with the Vandal. As part of that career, as part of that little chapter play out. The interesting thing about it is that they're taking the first-person level design and giving you multiple options. So if you watch the Pyro demo from CitizenCon last year, it's a lot like that. Where, okay, you can go in this way, or you can go in this way, or you can go right in the front door, guns blazing, Rambo style. Or you could do, you know, sneak in, you know, stealth style. I love the Vandal ship designs, at least the newer ones. Yeah, they look sweet, don't they? Definitely. Hey, Claire Bear.
Hey, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Oh, hey, Sneakers. You got your treaties already. Yeah, the Tavaran ships look pretty cool too. Oh, Jesus Christ, they look pretty cool. All birdie. The Vandal are all like weapon-like. Even the ships look like weapons. The glaive and stuff like that.
They're kind of being like the Kalarathi were Wing Commander.
Yeah, the Talon is a Tavaran ship replica. There's the Scythe and the Glaive that are Vandal replicas. It's kind of cool because when you get in it, you can tell by the HUD it wasn't initially set up for humans. The HUD's got all these weird symbols and stuff, and it kind of does this glitch effect, and then you hear a human talk with like human overlay. It's pretty neat. I think I still have access to a Scythe. I could fire it up and show. Yeah, I think there's a Scythe in my hangar I could spawn and show you. It's pretty neat. And the Banu are traders. But they've got one called the Banu Defender, which is like a space crab. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. Come on. Let's get in there. I want to go, want to go, want to go, want to go, want to go. Got 9 minutes. Finally. We're still getting this quantum bug. Hey Jesus, what do you typically do in the verse when you play? Got a quick question about mining. Is there any way to turn down the glow of the ship UI? I wish. Hey, Claire Bear. Ah, your greeting's not working. Hey, Claire. Nope, that's not working either. Oh, prospector mining. Cool. Good on you. No, unfortunately there's not. You can play with the overall game brightness settings, but that's going to impact everything. I wish there was a way that we could trim it down or even modify it. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if a third party doesn't release an add-on. I know Ron was playing around with something called Reshade, which doesn't get triggered by the easy anti-cheat. You may want to look into that. He said that he liked it because it made the mining HUD a little easier to look at, but it didn't make radical changes. But check into Reshade. Claire Bear, your voice greeting's not working in voice attack for whatever reason. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing modules deployed.
I got a new headset and I feel like it cuts off a lot of what I say.
Is it Bluetooth?
No.
Okay.
But now I'm hearing myself on your stream and I guess it's not.
So, Claire, I have to, with my headset and whatever other reasons, I have to turn off auto detect, and I manually set the decibel level in which my mic picks up.
Initiating ship storage procedure.
Within Discord, so you may look at that, because it could just sit there talking. You can just sit there and still talk to us, and you can see where the bar is, and you can, if you've got some background noise, or if you have zero background noise, you can turn it down or turn it up so that it picks up your voice a little bit better.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Jesus, are you mining Quantanium on Lyria? Is that what you're going after primarily, is Quantanium? The boom boom rock? Okay. Yeah, Lyria can be a problem trying to see everything with that HUD. Fortunately, the Mole has an orange HUD, which makes it easier for the white backgrounds and the blue backgrounds. You can also go out to the Halo, too. You don't have to go to Lyria. Have you ever gone out to the Air and Halo before to do mining? There's some videos on YouTube that tell you how to get there from various station locations. The most popular one is to leave Cruel 1 on a path. Okay. Well, that's where I was. I was out in Air and Halo. The way that you get there is you interrupt your quantum travel. So let me get out here at the refinery and I'll show you what I mean. I just don't want to get stuck in the elevator the next person pulls it. Alright, so right over here, let's pull up the map. Okay, so what I did on my last run was I left Crew L1 and I set a course for Arc L3. And once I get about 12 million from Arc L3, I interrupt quantum travel and it deposits me right about where my mouse cursor is. So there's a belt of asteroids that circles the system. It's between Arcor and Crusader. So it goes all the way around. The map shows the sparklies here. That's not actually where it is. It's more like it's right about in there. So multiple ways to get there. Easy way is from here to here. Another way is from her L2 to Arc L4. Interrupt quantum about 8 million out. There's guides on YouTube how to get in there, or on our Discord server. There's a place on our Discord server where you can see the trajectories and when you need to interrupt quantum. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Clara. That Discord is full of information. It's players helping players. But the thing about the Halo is You're going to do a lot more searching for the rocks, but you do have full maneuverability.
Good to have you back.
You can move all the way around the rocks on all 3 axes.
See anything you like?
So that helps. It's also no pirates.
No.
So we're only going to process the quantanium. Whoa. And let's go with Pharaon exchange. 17 hours, 14 grand. Sold! Hey, Johnny.
There was this robot in the 80s called Johnny 5. Very cool. You know him by chance?
Oh, so you'll do it for Johnny, but you won't do it for Claire. Hey, Bear.
Claire Bear. Show me some love.
Finally. Zero, you suck. Yeah, definitely try that, Jesus. If you want...
I heard it.
Yeah.
Yay.
There's 2 things for you. There's Claire Bear, show me some love, and I forget, do we feed or not feed the bear?
Nice.
Yeah, there's 2 for you. There's 2 for Cycles. There's 2 for Johnny.
So cool.
Yeah.
And that's all on your voice attack on your
Yep.
CS?
Well, not an HCS, but I added it myself. Yeah. She does love you.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I try to give the channel regulars special greetings. Like, hey, you come in. I mean, you're part of the family at that point.
Roar.
I've only heard the Johnny 5 one. I thought I made 2 for you. Let me...
Johnny 5 is alive.
No disassemble. No disassemble. Let's see if we can go back in it.
Disassemble, Stephanie.
Right? So let's go to funny stuff.
Funny Stuff profile is now
And
active.
batteries not included. Anybody remember that one?
Oh, that was a funny one.
Oh, it was so good.
Nope, there's only one for you, Johnny. I'll have to add another one. I have to... Let's add that right now real quick.
I still have 7,500 computer components. Did we give up on the CG?
No, we haven't given up on it. I just emptied and moved on.
Okay. Okay.
But if you need, we can always unload you.
No. I realized that I'm like the last in line. It just I was wondering because I see you guys discussing other stuff in the carrier locations. So
Yeah.
it just felt like maybe you weren't doing the CG.
This week is this week is not as profitable as last week was.
No, and I'm not really interested in the giveaway either. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it. I was just wondering.
There's a board there. So Jesus, basically, give me a second and I'll show you how to get in and out of there.
You're engineering. He's on Star Citizen. Rush is mining.
Got to pay the valet parking fee.
Ron, I thought I heard you snorkeling. Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good, are you?
Snorkeling. Yeah, Jesus, no worries.
That's what I call it.
All right, so we grab our ship. And there's more than one way to get in here. I mean, you can technically any path that traverses that line will work. But as far as efficiency, this is probably the best one. Where's my ship? Where's my ship? Where's my ship? Pad 4. Some elevators are just so bloody slow. Pad 4. Is there a distinct amount of prospector-sized rocks? Yes. That's the other thing about the Air and Halo, which is so awesome. The biggest rock you'll ever encounter is 5122. 5,122 tons. And thanks to Ron's experimentation and careful note-taking, we have an optimal loadout for modules for mining Quantanium.
What is that coffee mug from? That coffee mug is a meme. I know it's just like your coffee mug, but there's something on the internet about the giant Reese's coffee mug, isn't there?
I don't know. My wife got it for me.
Okay. It's awesome. It's a great color. Reno.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It pops really well with the chroma key.
Yeah. Right, you'll never lose it in the chroma key.
Oh, well, you know what's funny is behind it, there's a Hershey's cup the same size that my granddaughter gave me and eventually broke. So I was like, no. So it sits underneath and behind the monitor full of like jumper cables and mic cables and.
Right.
So that's the beauty of the Iron Halo. Full maneuverability. 5122 is the max size of rock. No pirates.
So, Pagan, as
Oi?
somebody who is not associated as your stream producer or something like that, have you thought about sub badges? I'm thinking your cat.
That's a good idea, actually.
There's more than one cat, right?
Yeah. I have 9 cats if you count them all in total.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's so many sub badges right there.
Yeah. I'm up to Boots level. Where are you? Oh, I'm already up to Milky.
Exactly.
Is there a max amount of refined jobs you can have anytime? Old Jesus, we know you can have 99 or more.
Okay.
You do, Johnny.
Glitchy anyways, though?
Ron, what's the most that you've had?
I don't know. A bunch.
A bunch. Yep. No worries. So, I'm going to go full...
Done enough to fill up a carrick. And so you figure doing a prospector that's 32 SCU a load. So, what? About 20, something like that?
I know.
Please visit again.
Yeah, thank you.
Talking about the most refinery orders I've had or the most cats I've had? I'm confused here.
I know, it's confusing, isn't it?
Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
I've had about 20 refinery orders.
Yeah. When I was doing the C2 fill up, I had almost 30 at one time. Obstructed by what?
That thing, when we had the kittens that we rescued, we had 5 cats and 5 kittens, so 10. So, answer both questions.
Well, as far as cats goes, there's the 4 that you've seen: Milky, Sneakers, Maggie, and Boots. In addition to that, there are some older cats. Nigel, he's all black, green eyes. There's Coco, she's a calico. There is Smutty, she's all black with orange eyes. And then there is Bobby, he is orange and white bobtail.
Huh.
Yes. You can do 3 people in the mole mining simultaneously in one pilot. Okay. So I left Crew L1 on a path for Arc L3, interrupted quantum around 12 million out, little 12 and change, and I'm in an asteroid belt. So now what I'm going to do is go into scanning mode and look for a tasty, delicious, nutritious rock, which may cause indigestion and heartburn.
I swear I need to play the song from Heavy Metal Radar Rider when I'm using my cutter in this belt.
You should, actually.
Moving around, man, it's just great.
The good old days when you could play music on your stream without everyone having a conniption fit.
Absolutely. Where you would recommend what that music is so somebody could actually do it if it was going to be part of the thing, just give them the credit to where they get it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I used to do when I would play it. Up in the top left corner, it would say, I'm listening to Volcor X, or I'm listening to Power Nerd, or whatever.
Yeah. It just kind of ruins it a bit for really good artists.
Well, I even thought about having it so that I could hear the music, but the stream couldn't, but it would tell you Pagan is now listening to this. So those who are curious could go on YouTube and be like, here you go, try this. Or even give the link in chat. Oh, we got a rock cluster. Let's be good, let's be good, let's be good. Ooh, overcharge is good, transfer is good. Nope, it's heavy. Wah, wah. But you see the size of those rocks, Jesus, right? 4,600, 4,600. These are all prospector-sized rocks. If you get a Quantanium rock out here 30% or more, you're going to fill your prospector up. And that's $250,000 right there.
So that's when the miner goes, Eureka! I've hit gold.
Yep. Actually, I used to have sound effects that would play when I had a good rock. Good rock.
Looks yummy.
I had to change it. I couldn't play the music anymore. Copyright strikes.
And then you could have no whammies. No whammies.
Yeah. I've got one for...
Get a bad rack.
Oh, yeah, trust me. There was one that would play, it would be like, Careless Whisper. You know the song Careless Whisper? It would play that when it was a good rock. You know, the saxophone. Hey, Johnny, Pagan gets treats. Ah, shit, Pagan has no treats yet. I have to buy some jelly beans. Ron has convinced me to buy the multi-flavored mystery jelly beans.
No. Do it. Ugh. Sorry. Go.
You can order a 2-pound bag of gummy bears from Amazon or something and make a good deal.
Yeah, I thought about going up to the dollar store and just getting some small little candies that I like.
I'm guilty of butterscotch.
You might not like.
No, it's not a punishment,
Streamers.
Claire. Gee.
Well, that's what what.
Well,
So you like doing the
unless you
punish
just
part.
mean like
I
flop.
see. Gee.
Jesus. And already the conversation goes into BDSM. This is like a new record.
Well, see, that's what I was talking about, is the ones
Yeah, the jelly bears. Yeah.
being boozled.
Yeah, that's it. Bamboozled. Or Bean Boozled, yeah. I was looking at those tonight.
This is the one that I think Bog had. You get a little box that's got the jelly beans in it, and then it's got a spinner on it. You spin it, and it tells you what color jelly bean to try.
There you go.
Oh, if it was the black licorice.
Oh no, these aren't regular flavors. These are naughty or nice flavors, and they can be all
Yeah,
kinds
that's
of weird
terrible.
stuff. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I found one today, had a little dispenser. You hit it and it pops up the jelly bean. A single jelly beans.
All right, here we go. Stink bug, liver and onions,
Oh.
egg, toothpaste, barf,
That's
dirty dishwater, booger, old Band-Aid, stinky socks, dead fish.
there's something wrong with people.
I know, right?
Good news though, they're all kosher, gluten-free, peanut-free, dairy-free,
Oh,
fat-free,
well, that's good.
vegetarian friendly. So while you're eating your
Tastes like crap, but that are safe.
Oh my god.
well, now some of them, well, like this pack, it has all those, but then it also has strawberry banana smoothie, tutti frutti, pomegranate, juicy pear, birthday cake, peach, berry blue, buttered popcorn, cappuccino, and toasted marshmallow.
Happy.
I
The
can go
odds
for
aren't good
cake
enough.
batter.
So I think the thing about
Right,
it
Johnny?
is, you know, you might get something great, or you might get something. But I
Nasty.
just think it would be fun to watch the expression on his face on his stream whenever he had to eat one. You know, it's kind of. Oh, that's good.
Some of those flavors are really, really rancid. There
Yep.
were
Okay.
zombie Skittles, and they tasted like death.
So, Jesus, we have found 2 Quantanium rocks. One that was 9% and one that was a 15%.
So are these on par to like elite rocks for how much tons you get out, assuming it's a decent percentage, or?
Well, the rock has an overall weight and an overall percentage of materials in it. In the Halo, they average around 5,000 tons, 4,600 to 5,122, but the contents can vary wildly. So it isn't like Elite where I'm going to go to a platinum hotspot, and the majority of these rocks are going to have platinum in some form in it. They may also have, bromolite in it, or, osmium or palladium or gold or silver. Here it's not segregated by belt type. This is just a rocky belt, and there's 4 different types of asteroids. Some may have quantanium, like the previous asteroid. This one's got hephaestanite and tungsten. So if I was to mine that rock and take all harvestable materials out, I would leave with tungsten and hephaestanite. But I'm cherry picking the ones that I want. I'm looking for the quantanium only is what I'm looking for. Because that's the most valuable material. So it's like going into the asteroid belt and going, I only want to haul platinum. Only want to haul platinum.
It's like the equivalent of you going into a core asteroid and just getting the core.
Correct.
So you don't get all the inert garbage that won't give you any profit.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep. So I'm just drifting through. Now, unlike Elite, not every rock is mineable. So in Elite, you drop into an asteroid belt, technically every rock is mineable. It may not have what you want, but it's got something in it that you can laser off fragments and get. Here, it's every so many rocks is mineable. And RNG does play a role. Alright, so let's try this one. I'm hoping we get another good, decent rock here. So I spend more time looking than I do mining. But you're looking for the tasty rocks because they're worth more. So that's a laranite rock right there. Laranite's not horrible. I mean, if you look at the value of laranite, it's not bad. It's just not quite as good. The laranite, whoa, easy there, Tiger. The laranite is, I want to say, 30s, 25 to 35%, or 25 to 30 credits per ton for the laranite, whereas the quantanium is 80, and the bexolite's like 30 or 40. So that little chart, you've got the bright green, the tippy top, which is like, yes, you want this. And then you got the mint greens, these are decent. And you got the kind of a grassy green, which is like, okay, if you're desperate, and the yellows are like just normal average goods. Ron has a real good way of explaining it when he's training people. He says, if you've heard of this in real life, it's probably not worth very much. So somebody, I found a gold rock. And you're like, yeah, but in this game, gold isn't worth very much. It's only worth like 5 credits a unit. So you want your exotic names. Now, you don't have to be picky. I mean, you can roll through the belt and just mine everything you find and then haul back and sell it. And there are times when I'll do that, especially like very early game when I just need to make the money I need to buy the special mining lasers. Because the lower quality rocks are easier to mine. So that's laranite. But there's different properties to the rocks too. So like there's a rock that has, this rock's going to be much more resistant to taking a charge. So like there's rocks that have resistance of like 0.18, 0.2, which may not sound like much, but that's a challenge. In addition to the resistance, it has the end stability. So imagine you were lasering a rock in Elite, and the rock just wouldn't break fragments off. You would try and try and try and try and try. You have to go upgrade your laser, and then it starts breaking fragments off. So kind of like that.
Exploding when it gets too hot.
Yes. So you don't have the whole mini game with the seismic charges. You don't have the mini game with the subsurface missiles or the abrasion blaster. But it does have its own little challenge aspect to it. It's less mini game and more like okay, this this would happen. Like, I mean, to me, I like that better. It seems more polished and refined to me. But, others may disagree, and I'm sure others will disagree. And I like Elite and Star Citizens far better than I like No Man's Sky's mining. No Man's Sky mining seems like a Hoover to me. So
Simple mode, yeah.
yeah, it's like, oh, this is the Mario Brothers version. Okay, here you go. More like Mario Kart version, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong, No Man's Sky is a good game, but the mining part of it, I was like, okay, that's it? I just point and
definitely needs
squeeze?
to be relooked at because it's just too simple for nothing, really.
Yeah.
You hardly even use it other than space fuel.
Alright, so we got a rock party here. And Jesus, to help you, Quantanium rocks have orange speckles. You probably already know that from mining on Lyria.
I've got a real serious question for y'all.
Uh-oh.
So, in the UK, is the dollar store called Poundland?
Nice.
The Quid Star.
No answer there?
I don't have a witty retort. That was just way too funny. Titanium, aluminium, Bexel. There were some clusters out this way. There they are. Let's go see what these two rocks are. We need some nice rocks. Transfers 24. That's not going to be a good rock.
Quid bush instead of Dollar Tree. Quid bush.
The Quid Star. I'm still not 100% clear on the monetary system over there. Poundland. Oh my god, that's funny. It actually is a sting. Ghost Rock.
It's Alpha.
They don't understand
All
why
right.
they're a popular tourist destination.
Right? It's is it Greenland or Iceland? One of those places. They have a place called Dildo. The name of the town is Dildo. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Come on, give me something tasty and delicious. Oh, that's not gonna scan. You fucker. Yeah. The scan bar went all the way up to full. Like, yeah, you're glitched. Come on. Be nice, be nice, be nice. Overcharge is good. Transfer is shit. Nope. Your Quantanium rocks have a power transfer resistance of 60 or more. So, it's not 0.60, it's not Quantanium. There was a while when the scanning HUD wouldn't tell you from the pilot seat what was in the rock. It would just be like, oh, it has resistances and stuff. So that's when I kind of learned that, oh, the Quantanium rocks have a transfer resistance of at least 0.60. So if it had 0.60, I would line up the ship, run down to the mining seat, jump in it, and hit it with a laser and see what it had. That was a rough release. Glad it's over. Heffy. Oh, another sparkly just came into view. What are you? Are you scannable? No. Nope. No scansy. So yeah, I think 5 and below's got those mystery beans. I'll have to go get some.
Okay.
Overcharge 60, that's Quantanium. Come. Oh, no, power transfer is 3. Never mind. I got excited. Wrong number. Son of a bitch. Teasing
What
me.
the kitties would think about them.
They'll probably try to get into them every chance they get.
I know my cats like stuff that smells bad.
Ugh. Dogs, too. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Something
Dog
died. Yeah.
disposable, it's dead salmon.
Oh.
Oh, nasty. Or cow manure, of course.
Gross.
And then wonder why they're getting passed. And it's like, well,
What you think smells good, the humans do not. Resistance 16, that's a shit rock. At least it's scanning. Transfer 0.05, nope, that's a shit rock. We may have to make a jump here, just a second. If this continues to be shit rocks, we're gonna make a jump. Trigger RNGs again. Lost my kitty. I've had Nigel on the kitty table while I streamed before. Need to bring in some different kitties. Gotta be careful though, because they're older. Yep, it just stopped scanning. Holy cow, what? Come on. You told me there was one rock, and then just stopped. I think we may be glitched.
I'm excited for fleet interiors.
Yes, I'm just hoping I can watch the fleet jump. You know, I want to watch you stand in there on the bridge and watch the fleet carrier jump. That would be awesome.
or as a passenger so you could see it.
Well, they said that you can from the command deck.
That'll be awesome. Mhm.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
awesome.
hoping that there's actually some things to do there. You know, I mean,
Agreed.
otherwise it's going to be one of them things that you're going to go check it out the first day, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, that was exciting, and then you're never going to do it again. You know, I mean,
I'm glad I at least own it in case they ever make it good.
Right?
They refused to return it because they looked at my hours on Elite Dangerous Horizons and were like, "You've played this for more than 2 hours. You can't return it."
I believe it's only going to be an
And
Odyssey.
the concept of a DLC. Yeah, I'm talking about I bought Odyssey and tried to return it after playing it for 20 minutes. And Steam looked at my total Elite Dangerous hours and said, "You played this for more than 2 hours. You can't return it." They sold me a DLC and then called it part of the, like, yeah.
Johnny, it'll only be Odyssey.
yep.
I really doubt they would port that back to Horizons. Really, really doubt it. I agree.
So how goes the combat, Miss Skiles?
It's going. Looking for my next target currently.
Did you get your power issues resolved?
I did.
Excellent.
I did a bunch of upgrades, a bunch of engineering while I was out there. Thrusters, power plant, shield boosters.
Mm-hmm.
Did thrusters, 30 drives to level 3. The shield boosters I did thermal resistance. because I was getting quite a bit of thermal attacks, so it's that helped quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Johnny, that's funny.
Johnny, what do you mean you'd buy Odyssey if it worked?
Hey, Sneakers. I haven't had too much problem with it, but I do know people who have. But I also didn't have too much trouble with Cyberpunk either.
Well, I think it's all right. I mean, especially, you know, if you like FPS combat. I mean,
Yeah, but that's not the reason for things. Claire
Huh?
has thoughts. We asked to walk around the bridge of our starship, and they gave us a crafting survival game. That's all. That's all.
It's a buggy mess. Why do that? Hey, Sharon.
Type Sharin in chat to see some cool stuff that supports animal rescues.
Well, you hear that? You got your own greeting, Sharon. That means you're one of the cool kids now.
well, I don't have many problems with it. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
not interested in doing FPS and Elite.
Me either.
I mean, if I want to do FPS, there's other games that do it way better.
Agreed. Man, I am finding a whole bunch of nothing now. Sharon, how has your day been? Good day, I hope.
Oh, that's an. Oh, what is that? That's a python.
Overcharged? Or, nope. Got some shit rocks. We're just getting a whole bunch of shit rocks. We may have to run cargo for a while. This is the way it's gonna be.
Oh,
Okay, playing with glass etching. Ooh, okay. That sounds cool.
why can't I? All right, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here with a box of Band-Aids waiting for the hollers.
I love you, Boo. I'm just waiting. Do you get like a bunch of glass grit that you gotta throw away too? I'm betting.
Oh shit.
The dust thing.
Oh, did I tell you what Mrs. B did with her A1C? She got her A1C down from 14 to a 4.9 or 4.8.
Wow.
Some of us don't know what an A1C is.
A1C is your 3-month average for your blood sugar levels. You want to be like a 5 or a 6. Diabetics are usually over 10. She was 14 in October. When she had her sugar issue and then the heart attack, her A1C was 16. So her A1C was tested a few days ago and it was 4.9 or 4.8. So she's got it down to a normal level.
That's awesome.
I'm proud of her.
Wow.
She's militant about her diet.
Hmm.
She's like, nope, that's got carbs in it. Nope, that's got carbs in it.
I'm just the exact opposite.
I've been trying to balance out with her so I can drop some weight. But I'll tell you, she's like militant. It's like, okay, can't have those. So when she just got to the point now where since her blood sugar's been coming down at night, she'll start eating like a little bit of mashed potatoes. Man, we are finding a whole bunch of nothing out here. What the fuck?
What's going on here?
No, finding shit rocks.
So I got that load of medical supplies that I've had in there for like almost a week sold.
No, did you?
Yeah.
Took you a week to sell them? Holy cow.
I hadn't had a chance to play.
Oh, okay. It wasn't availability. It was you getting into the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just never tried it until yesterday.
Gotcha.
Well, at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Jeez, dude.
I was like, I'll take a break from this game, go do that real quick before I forget. And just literally have $1 million worth of cargo just sitting there forever, and I can't sell it.
Did you make decent money on it at least?
Yeah, I made it's 900k ish. I'm at 8 mil now.
Nice. You got more than me.
Gotta say, Majestic, I watched your stream last week, and that just ain't the face that I had to go with your voice. I don't mean anything negative about it or anything. I'm just saying, you know how you you hear people, you talk to people a lot in Discord and all, you know, and you kind of don't really come up with like a picture of them. But I mean, it just
yeah.
it just wasn't what I was expecting.
It's fun. It's funny because I always pictured you as having blonde hair. When I first saw you, I was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh shit, that's Majestic." I just figured he'd have blonde hair. For whatever reason, my brain's like, Majestic has blonde hair. No, he doesn't. So yeah, I get it. Oop, sparklies. Are you a good sparkly or are you a shitty sparkly? You are a ghost sparkly. How awesome. Star Citizen, you're really starting to bum me out tonight.
Oh, I've been muted. Shit.
Yep.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, we didn't want to listen anyway. We just muted your ass.
No. Okay, what I was thinking was Ron's face doesn't match up with his voice, and also I asked, what's the ship of the month this month?
When have you seen my face?
A few months ago.
When?
Outside your house.
No.
Yeah, I'm just like Google.
So you were screen sharing one day. You had your camera on. It's been a while.
Okay. I mean, not that I care. I just, you know, I don't stream or anything, so I just, I'm being stalked.
You know it. I've been stalking you for 2 years, buddy.
How do you keep that tin hat on?
Right? Staple it to your head, man. Make sure it doesn't go nowhere.
So do you know what the ship of the month is?
I hadn't heard yet.
They got the subflare up. I can't remember.
Some armor or some shit like that?
I think it's the Carrick, if I remember right. I think it might be the Carrick.
Oh, the Carrick? Oh, that's cool.
I think. I could be wrong.
I can be a big boy for a month.
Hell, it could be a fucking Aurora.
God, this is just nuts.
Aurora.
Oh, what the hell? I'm finding nothing out here.
I know we get a helmet and new armor. Well, a new helmet and some armor that's in the game, I think.
Warp somewhere else in the Halo, huh?
Yeah, basically what I do when something like this happens is I'll plot a lateral jump and jump ahead a little bit, or jump out to the left or right a little bit to kind of mix it up. I've done it once already this trip. But you can also get times where it seems like the server you're on is just like, fuck you.
So they're doing like WoW servers where there's just so many people per server.
Yeah, 50. Usually the top end is 50. There are times when they'll boost that or decrease that. There was a while they were doing them with 60. And that didn't last very long.
They did it. I remember when they did it with 40.
Honestly, I wish they'd go back to 40.
Yeah.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
It's just faster to quantum travel 20 clicks than it is to try to thruster 20 clicks.
Oh, I remember I was gonna look up shit. I am losing my mind a little bit tonight.
Overcharge, transfer 25, nope.
It's a possibility it might be the Nomad.
Cool.
Possibility, very low. I don't know for sure. They show off the armor.
Yeah, I'll be sending one of those to Ron. One of the armors.
I see it looks like a heavy armor.
That rock disappeared. I lined up right on that fucker, and it just disappeared.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
I saw it.
The David Copperfield of rocks. If this doesn't break soon, I'm going to switch tactics and do some cargo running. $26, nope.
I logged on the other day and I finally got tired of scanning and
Yeah. I mean, I found a 35 or 36% or earlier. It's alpha.
Coming soon. LOL.
Oh, did you see that video I sent you a few weeks ago?
I don't know.
About that guy doing ground rock mining on planet? They found like 20 quantanium rocks and they were all big percentages.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
God, there were 20s, 30s, and there's like 20 of them.
Jeez.
You found the mother lode.
well, it's supposed to be a lot better. It's just riskier.
Oh, yeah. 0, 0, 0. So that rock has 0 resistance. That is nothing.
48 percenter.
Ooh. I found a 40... Is it 48.66 or 49.66 out here once? It's the highest I've ever found out here.
Another 44.
Well, I know those guys in the org was talking about mining with 3 prospectors and or 3 moles and finding enough to fill all 3 of them up.
Jesus.
Damn.
And that not being a real rare thing. So.
Mm.
You know, and honestly, if they did buff the planetary rocks, because this guy found, I guarantee like 2 moles full of quantanium. Maybe even a little bit more.
The thing about it is you'd need escorts out there, if for no other reason than to scout and to mark the spot so you can come back to it.
Yeah.
Yep. Or what they do is do a box mission and go pick up the package, and then instead of delivering it, just
Take it out of the ship.
dropping it where the quantanium is.
Yeah. You can do that in a Halo, too.
So that's not a big deal. The thing is having to
Alright.
people to Overwatch.
That's 2 in the space of 3 minutes that have disappeared right in front of me. What the fuck, server? Something's going on. What the hell? Alright, I think we're about to run some titanium or scrap. This is just... Oh, rock party. Are you a good party or a bad party?
Oh shit, never mind.
Oop, quartz and quantanium. We got a quantanium party.
I would say you could go run medical supplies, but it's tomorrow night. They meant 24 hours.
Well, I figured I'd jump in Star Citizen because I've been streaming a lot of Elite.
One of those should be decent.
You would think, right?
Surely.
Transfer 35, that's a shit rock. That's 2. Get in there. Come on, scan. Law of averages would say one of these would be decent. 52, that's better. 12% at least. So we got 2, 12. Be a 40%er, that would be awesome. A 40 and a 12 side by side. 2. Three. We lost somebody.
Somebody stopped watching. Yes.
43. Wish granted.
43 and 12, 55.
Woo, doggy. We're getting a Happy Meal tonight for dinner. That should be the 12 right there.
I never noticed that we had an admin and server admin staff chat.
Yeah, I need to have a private conversation one day, and people kept flooding in there, so I quickly generated an admin room and made it private. Yeah. I forget who I was talking to. Was it you, Majestic?
Probably, maybe.
I don't know. Somebody kept following us around. Wherever I went, they kept following us around in there. And I was like, "Grrr, try to have a private chat here."
I'm trying to find out when it was.
Alright, now earlier I tried shooting a rock from 80 meters and that didn't work out so well. So we're going to have to move the ship, I think, on this one. So we'll do this guy first.
Oh yeah, I made that literally 20 days ago? No, 18 days ago.
Yeah, the AFK I didn't make, but the admin one I did. We were having a talk with somebody.
No, I made the admin stuff.
Okay, it must have been you and me then that was doing it.
Yeah.
It was nothing bad, it was just a conversation that needed to be private.
Oh, I was just saying I'd never noticed it before. I was like, where
Yeah.
did that come from?
Yeah.
It was on the 18th.
Scansy, scansy. Alright. So there we go. 49. This ought to be a decent rock. If we can grab the 12 as well. It should give us 50 SCU. You and me both, Claire Bear. You and me both.
So yeah, have a good news.
You have a good night, Claire Bear, okay?
See ya.
See ya. Hey, Sneakers. You okay, baby? You okay? Hey, Sharon.
Type Sharin in chat to see some cool stuff that supports animal rescues.
I hear you.
No dog, sit next to you.
We can hear you in Discord, yes.
Okay.
Why are you licking my sleeve? Oh, I know why you're licking my sleeve. We gave some of the cats pills. They gave them their pills and some juice, some cat food, and I think one of them may have dripped on my sleeve. Spores. You are Bores. Oh, it's gonna be hidden. Asshole. What are you doing, baby? Hmm? What are you doing? Oh, easy. Watch your clawsies. Watch your claws. Ouch. Really? You're gonna headbutt my hand right now. Right now. This is the time you pick to headbutt my arm and hand. I love you too. Give me a minute and I'll give you pets. Give me a minute and I'll give you pets. There you go. Here's your pets. See, I told you you'd get pets. Didn't I? I told you. Hide your starfish. We don't want to see your starfish. Hide your starfish. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. It's exactly what she wants. It's like Sharin knows, huh? It's like Sharin knows. Hey, 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 hey. You guys be nice. Thanks, Sharon. Alright, what was it next?
You're welcome. Of course I know what they really want. That's all they ever want.
That's true. That is so true. We want the tasty bits, Father. Give us the tasty bits.
Could I have some more?
Yeah, please. But I'm so hungry. It's so cold outside.
Dear diary, my cat food is 50%. I think I will starve.
Yes. My owner is nowhere to be seen.
We've even tried to use the phone, but we can't dial it.
No thumbs. The cats will trip my voice attack sometimes. So I added a trigger for them. It'll tell them that she can't pet them. She doesn't have thumbs either. Or she'll say, don't you have a toy somewhere? Sneaks is the one that usually sets it off. Come on. Get in there. Alright. I don't remember if I scanned this one or not. Yes, that's quartz. Bores. Alright, so we got all the tasty bits ready to rock and roll on this guy. We need to break this guy if we can. I think he's too far away. Yeah, it's too far away. So we need to hop in the seat and move the ship. We'll mine those two, and that should be 6, 13, 14, so 50 SCU? Ish, 45 to 50 SCU? That should be the one we want right there, and it is. So we just need to make sure that when we navigate that we keep all rocks accessible. Including the ones we just fractured. Ooh, easy. Alright. So that, okay, that should work. As long as nothing's blocking them, we'll be just peachy. Plot our course. And hop out. There's a funny video linked on Reddit. This Russian chick posted a video of how to drive a tank. She's like, if you happen to be in the Russian countryside and find a Russian tank, this is how you drive it. It's like, oh my god, it's funny.
Hang on, I'm gonna put this in general chat. Like this one.
Hey, Sneakers. You doing pause? You doing pause? Yeah. You're beautiful. I love you. I do. I love you very much. Yes, I do. I love my sneakers. Love my sneaks. Oh, you headbutting? You headbutting?
Giving you books.
She is, with her wet nose. There she goes, with the paw thing. If I ignore her, she'll dig her claw on my arm and hold it there. Yes, I see you. Yes, I see you. I see you. I see you. Yes, I do. I see you. Scratchings. Okay, we give you scratchings. Gonna have to stop here in a minute. We're almost into the green zone. Yeah, we're almost in the green zone. Almost. Almost in the green zone, baby. Yep.
Now when somebody does the stop and pet the kitty for 30 seconds.
Right. It's happened. It has happened. Oh, I feel your paws. I feel your paws. Earlier I was trying to fracture Quantanium and she kept pushing on my throttle hand. Kept pushing out my throttle hand. Yes, pushing out my throttle hand. Mm-hmm. Yes. Look at you. Look at you. Get your beaties. Look at your beaties. Got your beaties. You dork. 0.004. I don't even think we're going to break that one. That's not worth the time. Quartz and borates. Oh, nope. 2% quantanium. That's our guy right there. Ah, quit it.
At a standstill, because it's really hard to hot glue something and cut something with an X-Acto knife with a cat laying on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I used to paint miniatures, and there's been many nights I'd paint something and be like, oh, what is that? Is that a crack? No, it's a hair. Like, that's great. Get the tweezers, pull it out, try to fix it.
Along the same lines, I've been sitting there petting the cat before and been like, what is this on the cat? And it be paint.
Yeah. Yep. Come on. I think we're just about ready to harvest. 2%. 6 tons. 0.1 SCU. No, I don't think so. Oops, wrong way. Quantanium timer. Get in there, come on. Harvest all this and get going.
You already got 14.
Mm-hmm. I figured upper 40s between the two rocks. It'd be 50%, but they're both like 49,000 or 4,900 tons, so it's... maybe even lower than that, because there's two rocks that are 2%, 690 tons, and I don't know that I want to hoover that much. I think we're just about done with a quant on this cluster.
Well, that's more than a prospector pool right here.
Mm-hmm. Is it just me, or am I too tired, or is it just glitching where the HUD flashes? Maybe I'm just too tired.
Time to time.
Yeah. And I'm pretty tired, so maybe it's on me, but... Alright, that's all the purples. Over here, let's start harvesting purples. That's inert, we don't want it. Oop, I don't think we even popped that rock. %, that's right, because it was too small. Upper 40s. No borays, ugh. Let's go, come on, come on, come on. $50 SCU, nice. Quartz. Good, there's Quantium in there. I think we're just about... there. Should be about it for the tasty rocks. Yep, we're good. 53 SCU. Let's go. Nope. Still getting that free look. Just got a 42% in the halo. I like this spot already. Just being able to move around so much better than Lyria. Right, Jesus? Right? If you want, hit up the Discord there. Ron's got some, lots of information shared in there about mining. In and out of the air in Halo, things like that. I believe Ron's Prospector build, he's on the Discord, he can tell you, but I think it's Vox C3, Torrent 3, right? And I always forget the last one. On his Prospector, he's running 3 modules, 2 that give him a boost to crack the rock, and they take a negative on the instability. And then his last one, the Vox C3, boosts the instability down to a level that's more manageable. And with those 3 modules, he is just like boom, 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 boom. And you know about the impound, right? If you hover over a pad without requesting a landing, they impound you. Sometimes that's handy if you're getting shot at or if your Quantanium timer is getting pretty low. Yeah, the GGZKD, that's the Discord server.
Quantum travel complete.
Seven minutes, we're groovy.
Well, I'm not saying those are the best modules, but they're the ones I like.
Yeah, they work very well. I've tested them myself. I love that loadout.
And they're all passive. You don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not consumables.
So unless you have to claim your ship,
Yep,
you don't lose. That's the best part about it. Because some of them are not cheap. The Voxes can get a little spendy.
And 2 out of the 3 you can get at Crew L1. I think the third one you can get
PO.
at PO, yeah.
Yeah, it's PO.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to claim them all and lost all the modules because I had duped up. For testing, I had duped them up on the mining turrets. I ran over there in the Titan, bought them, stuffed them in a backpack, and flew them back to Crew L1. If you have any questions, Jesus, don't be afraid to post it in there. There's a whole section for Star Citizen.
Yep.
That server is full of people helping people, so. That's what we do. Lower landing gear.
I'm deploying the landing modules for docking.
Landing gear down.
A minute warning.
I know, right?
Warning, you are blocking an active flight bay. Please vacate the vicinity.
Off.
Whack, whack, whack. How about that timing, huh?
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Just in case they don't storm you immediately, I'll run out and
Initiating
store
ship
it.
storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good deal. You know what? Let's make sure I've got a ship to carry. Because I've got some Quantanium I can sell. Just make sure I've got a Star Runner or a Raft over here.
You know, it's talking about video cards today.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a thing today where a guy showed a Dell computer
Mm-hmm.
that you could buy for like $4.99,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a 1650 in it. And he was saying he thought the best option right now is buy that for $500, pop the 1650 out of it, and put your old video card or a cheap video card in it, and don't sell it as a gaming computer. Just sell it as a computer that's brand new. It sets for the video card. You ought to at least be able to get $250, $300 out of it, and that would be a cheaper way of getting a 1650 than just buying a 1650.
Yeah, I was looking at them. What really surprised me is our 970s. Well, I guess my 970 is a kick-ass card for its time.
Yep.
I mean, you've got to go up to a 1660 before you even get close to the performance.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I was comparing it on a website. And I was like, no, can't be like that, can it? And then I started looking at the specs, the clock speed and the number of transistors. The 1650 has fewer transistors on it and a slower clock speed. The The 1660 Super has just slightly more transistors
Anything you like?
and like a 40% higher, faster clock speed. But the memory bandwidth is slower, which is really weird. I was like, that's really odd. No wonder that card has performed as well as it has. Yeah, we only want the Quantium, please. So 1 day, 12 hours. We have 60, 71, 72 SCU, 76, 96 SCU worth we can haul right now. Or I can just wait for this other 85 SCU. I think we'll haul this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and haul this. Because we can haul that other 80 SCU later.
Well, I mean, the 1650 is still. I mean, it's not a new card.
Mm-mm.
And it's a lower tier car.
Yeah.
Than the 970 was. So.
Yeah, the 970 was one step below. I mean, the 980 was the top of that die. The 980 was the top dog, and the 970 was immediately behind it. But it was so much cheaper. I want to say those Windforce cards were like 270. I want to say they were like 259, 269, something like that. And if I'd have known that they were going to perform that well, I probably would have only bought one. I mean, I bought two because I had concerns after reading about the memory bandwidth and the transistor count. I had concerns about it running, one card running two 4K displays at the same time. But I mean, I can play Diablo 3 and Diablo 2 in 4K with that video card, and it's just fine. Yes. Yep. If you look at the mining chart right here, you'll see that... Let me get rid of this Quantanium timer. It's in the way. If you look at that mining chart, you'll see that MIC L1 is a +2 bonus, and Crew L1 is a +3 bonus for Quantanium. And it's convenient to the Halo, so it's like the best place to do this. And that chart's in that SC mining, by the way. So that chart will tell you what refining method to use for time and expense, etc., etc., etc. After you do it a while, you don't need the chart anymore. You're like, I know what I want. I want this and this and this. At 10, I believe it said, right? Yep, at 10. Oh, you getting sleepy over there, Sneakers?
Thought you was talking to Majestic for a second, too.
No, I glanced over.
Voice, I was like, okay. Oh, you getting sleepy there, Majestic?
Thanks for the follow.
Welcome to the cult.
No, I looked over and Sneakers had her legs stretched out, yawning with this real sleepy, watery-eyed look. I'm like, oh. Right about the same time Majestic does this little yawny thing.
Yep.
It's all good, Jesus. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it.
That was funny, you doing the cute catsy voice, though.
Mm-hmm.
Majestic.
If I move my arm, you might be able to see her. She's all laying down. Yeah, you can see her all stretched out. I worked on the kitty cam the other night, but I still don't have it 100% where I want it. It's better than it was, but it's not where I want it. There you go. It's that damn chroma key that's fucking with me. If I chroma key enough to get it out, she disappears. What the fuck? Over? Ready ship for launch.
Commencing now. One
Crusader
moment, please.
Industries, a journey worth taking.
Stand by for
Systems on.
launch.
Landing gear up.
Hey, Milky. What are you doing, baby?
Quantum travel.
What are you doing down there? Come up here and snuggle next to your sister. Yeah, there's room next to your sister. You can snuggle up there. You gonna make room for your sissy? No? Okay, alright. Like, no, this is my table. Everyone knows this is my table. This is where I sleep. This is where I sleep. Yeah. This is where I sleep. So cute.
My cats wouldn't have that. It would be a
Cat
steady fight over
politics.
who was going to lay there.
This is one of the two places in the house where she feels 100% safe. The other place is in my lap. She was fine until we had to take her to the vet. I take her to the vet when she was young. They gave her a shot, and ever since then, she was like, humans are assholes.
Especially if the shot's in certain spots.
Yeah, it was. She did not approve. Hey, baby.
Quantum travel.
Hey, baby.
Engage.
Get your tummy? Can I get your tummy?
A few animals looking at me like this in 2 weeks. We have
Yep.
got clinic.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't listen, Sneaks. Don't listen, Sneaks. No, don't listen, Sneaks. Oh, get your tummy. Get your tummy. Can I get your tummy? Oh, no, I can get your butt. Get your butt in your head. Ron, does the kitty cam seem like it's any better tonight than it was before?
Yeah.
Good. I know yeah,
it's a good cam.
Ron and I were working on it the other night after the stream ended. We spent, I guess, we spent a good hour working on the camera and talking about Murd and stuff.
It's better than it was. It's still not perfect. But
No,
I don't think with her colors, the chroma key is gonna,
no, I agree.
you're gonna get it perfect, you know?
Maybe magenta. Maybe magenta might work better, but then magenta is going to be a problem with me because all the pink in your flesh is going to get chroma keyed out.
Exactly. Your cheeks will be invisible.
I will be ghost pagan.
Ah.
Oh, bath time. She's giving me a bath.
Quantum travel complete.
Thank you. Good bath.
Lou
Good.
has started to get a little aggressive with the bath time thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she likes, been letting my beard grow out a little bit, and she likes grooming my chin.
Yeah.
But if you move while she's trying to groom your chin, she will instead bite the hair on your chin and yank your head back down. Not a great way
I'm
to be
not done
woke up,
washing you. You need to be sanitary now.
Right?
but not a good way to be woke up.
No.
Oh, right. Or the cats that like knocking things from the headboard down on you. Let's see, this wakes him up.
She's Daddy's
I had
girl.
one cat that just loved knocking things down, not to be malicious. She really just enjoyed watching gravity work.
That's what cats do, though.
She'd pick things that wouldn't really
Hide your
be
starfish.
breakable.
We don't want to see your
Yeah.
starfish. We don't want to see sneaker starfish.
We got one that loves knocking stuff off and sits there and stares at you while she's doing it. That's why our fireplace mantle has nothing on it.
Here we go. Oh, sneakers. Oh my gosh, sneakers. Oh my gosh, sneakers. You don't need your ears. You don't need your ears. Oh, Daddy's baby, and you know it. Daddy's pick of the litter. Quite literally, Daddy's pick of the litter. Before we wind up keeping almost the whole litter. Yes. We kept almost the whole litter. We gave away Ike, and we lost one kitten. Gave away Ike and lost one kitten. Otherwise, we have the rest. Yes, we do. One of the contractors who repaired the house, he was looking for a cat, and we hadn't found a home for Ike. And he's like, I would love to have a cat. So he went home. Ike went home with him. And within 3 days of having him home, he sends me a text and says, renamed Ike to Kamikaze Ozzy. I'm like, gee, I can't imagine why.
Oh, but I'm glad our 5 have gone.
Kamikaze Ozzy.
Yeah, it was really nice finding homes for the 5 kittens.
That was awesome. I was so glad for you.
I was too. I do miss them though, boy.
I'll bet. They were in your life for a long time.
Yeah.
That's the power of rescue networking.
Yep. Should be able to request a landing here soon. Usually around 87 or so you can request a landing. There it is.
If I ever do it again, I think I'm gonna do a little contract thing requiring pictures monthly afterwards, or I come repossess them.
See, fleet carriers aren't the only thing that get repossessed.
Please proceed to assign.
Adopters already have to sign a contract saying if they can't ever care for the animal comes back to the rescue.
I'm sorry, say again, please?
But I'd still like to get monthly pictures. She said it's in the contract that if they ever can't take care of any of them or anything, they have to come back.
That's a good idea.
But still, pictures would be nice.
Yep. come on. Get up there, buddy. How'd we do? Not too shabby. Not great, but not shabby.
Engines off.
Is it bath time, Sneakers? Is it bath time, baby? Let's go sell some freight. How's the mining going, Jesus? I love that there's fine terminals right here. I hope when they revamp hangars, they put them in all the stations like that. Except maybe Grim Hex. I mean, I can't imagine Grim Hex would have a lot of people paying fines. Got the first load in, looking for the next rock. Awesome. Awesome. I know that there used to be a mechanic where Quantanium rocks only spawned in twos or clusters. That is not the case in the air in Halo. We have found singular rocks with 48 percenters. So just be advised, even a single rock all by itself could be a quant rock. There was a time when that was the case, when it was always twos and more, twos and mores. Not anymore. Show display info.
Enabling display info.
Curious to see how she does. Holding steady. Ooh, shard ID. That's new. You notice that? Top right corner, session ID, shard ID. Haha. That's encouraging to me. Little by little, the code's getting updated. How many people on this server? One? No way. Something's wrong. There's got to be more than one person on this server.
Pagan server.
Right? It's mine, motherfuckers. Mine. They're definitely refining the graphics code. It's hitting like 85 to 90% of my graphics memory. You know, for a 7-year-old graphics card, though, that ain't bad.
Nope.
Not bad at all.
If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is
14. Usually right in the crosswalk it drops substantially lower. Usually becomes a slideshow right in here. I'm pleased. Usually by now it's like 7. Hide display info.
Hiding display info.
Sells the cargo now? Not bad. 800K. Easy, guys. No need to be assholes to each other. Boots is having an argument with Milky. Go. All right. I think that's where I'm going to call it, folks. It's midnight here, and I need to get a shower and get some sleep for work tomorrow. So I think that's where I'm going to end it. I appreciate everybody coming in and watching and participating in Discord and in the channel. We will run the credits and wrap the stream. Y'all have a good night, and I will see, hopefully I'll see you Wednesday? Bye-bye, folks.
Have a good one.